Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 Career Mode with Ferrari. Tonight it is round 10. We are heading to the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya for the Spanish Grand Prix. Alright, we are straight in on race day. Let's take a look at what our weather forecast is. It's going to be nice and dry. And so we are going to be starting this race from the back of the grid. We will have DRS in full effect. Our car is very, very strong. So, yeah, we're going to start from the back and make this race a little bit more of a challenge. Let's jump straight in and set some race targets. So, 4th for Leclerc and 5th for Carlos.
Thank you for joining us for the Spanish Grand Prix here in Barcelona. The first Grand Prix held here was won by Nigel Mansell after a wheel-to-wheel battle with Ayrton Senna. But who will follow in his footsteps this weekend?
Hopefully it'll be Charles or Carlos. Right, what young drivers do we have? Again, just Ollie Behrman. Antonelli not available. We are going to put Ollie back in the car again. Let's go with some soft tyres for the first session. How you doing, Dino? Old bits going into the car. Yeah, that ERS is pretty much gone now, so we'll go with that one. I just realised the parts that we bought for Science, because we started last night and I thought we'd already done some stuff. We had, I just hadn't saved it, so that's why we started back at the beginning of the month again, which means the parts that we purchased have not stayed available. We will not buy them tonight, but we will look at buying them after the Grand Prix, because I'm not sure how much cash we've actually got on hand right now. That gearbox has major damage, but should be good for this session at least. In fact, actually this ERS will be good for this one session, and then we'll switch it afterwards when Carlos gets back in the car. We've done the setup, haven't we? Yes, right. On to Charles Leclerc. Okay. On to the setup. And let's send them onto the track.
I'm green.
And radio check, Xavi.
Copy, loud and clear.
Radio check. Yep, you're loud and clear.
And if possible, some full throttle will help for tire temps.
Copy.
Seeing a lot of very negative feedback about bugs with the new update in the Reddit subthread. A lot of people complaining that the game is really, really broken again.
Focus on temperature.
That might well be why it failed certification.
Temperature, how
I've
are
seen
you?
quite a few pictures of cars running
Try
around
to
without
work with your
wheels.
front tires.
Which makes me worried about when we're actually going to get the patch. And when we do get it, whether it's actually going to be playable. We might have to knock this game on the head entirely for a little while.
Can push for build up temperatures.
Right, only 48% for Charles.
How are we?
Not ideal, but let's see what we've got with
You
Ollie.
need to work on the tires, keep the temperature on the tires. Update when you can.
Look how slow it is.
Yeah, understand.
75% is better.
Is the car okay?
Yep, everything all good.
Copy that.
Let's see where we've gone wrong. Okay. A 14 on the rear wing. Didn't think it'd be that high. That looks pretty close. Yeah, let's give that a try. We might need to pull the front wing back a bit more, but we'll try it with an 8 for now. Evening, Clark. Have I seen how bad the patch is on PC? Yeah, I literally was just saying that a moment ago. I've seen some real horror stories. I was speculating that we may end up having to shelve this game for a little while they fix it to a point where it's actually workable.
Tires are still coming up.
The problem is as well, because it is a digital purchase, because they haven't done a physical edition this year, I can't roll back to an earlier
Try
patch.
to keep the temperature on the tires.
I can't like uninstall and then reinstall off a disk at original spec. That's one thing I do think would really benefit console players, is the ability to choose which update to install on a game that doesn't require players to be on the same build model. Like a multiplayer where you've got to be on the same build, but on a single player game like this, I wish you could choose which version you were
Keep
running.
temperature into the tires.
So if there is a problem, you could just roll back.
Phase update when you can. Copy.
Any feedback on the car?
Right, 93%. That's a nice little improvement.
Copy that.
Where are we? 70%. Still quite a way off, but definitely have moved forward in a decent amount. There we go. Changes made for when Carlos gets in. Hopefully the crash doesn't hurt Kimi's confidence in F1. I don't think it will. I saw the crash. It wasn't great, but at the end of the day, Toto was straight on the radio saying, "Don't worry about it. It's not, don't let it bother you. We don't, we're not angry at you or anything like that." I think he'll be fine. They were saying that he would much rather have a driver he has to slow down rather than a driver he has to make faster, because that's not very easy, if impossible to do. Just make a driver suddenly go a second a lap quicker. I'm not sure George felt the same way. How much damage was actually done to the car? I'm assuming that George did get some runs in FP2.
Taking the flag.
I didn't even realise I'd sent the guys back out. I didn't actually mean to. Well, this car will survive at least one more session. Put him on the mediums until we can confirm that the setup is right. How did Franco do? I haven't seen the actual results of pre-practice yet. I've just seen a couple of highlights. I saw Kimi's crash. I saw Magnussen with his off into the Lesmos. And of course, he got a penalty for blocking Sainz in FP1 as well. Magnussen will not be missed by the other drivers on the grid when the season rolls over. I have no doubt in my mind about that. Yeah, I saw Josh Rebel's video on Franco just before I went live. Because I don't really know that much about him at all. So it was nice to get a little bit of extra information. Yeah, apparently he was quicker than Sonoda when they were racing together in a junior formula.
The car is okay.
97 is
Yeah,
pretty
happy with
close,
Copy it.
but it's not where it needs to be. Front wing. Would that really be a 9.5? Try it. Still only 79%. That's not good at all. Struggling here with Charles' car. Oh, man, that's a 14.5. That rear wing is very high. So hopefully we'll actually have the cars where we want them at the end of this stint here. Car should just about hold together. There we go.
You okay?
Got it spot on for Sainz.
Don't think.
So we can now run him for the entire session in FP3 to get his track knowledge up and not have any concerns or worries about the setup itself. What about Shah? Close. Very close. Might well be the front wing. Maybe it's got to be a 10 on the front wing. I don't know. Oh no, wait, that was Sainz's car that was so high. Yeah, we'll probably have to mess around with the front wing here for Charles. Oh no, it's not. It is the toe. That should do it then.
I lost the car, hydraulics.
Okay, that sounds terminal. Yeah, it's about to go. At least we got him back before we cooked the rest of the engine. And that engine will last the session.
And green.
Actually, there's no guarantees now that car parts will last the session, just based on wear, because as you can see, we now have a very high risk of developing a fault. So it's entirely possible that car could just pack up partway through this session. I really hope it doesn't. I want to try and stretch this engine as long as we can. Penalty for Sergeant. He's on a new ERS unit and a new engine tonight, so that's probably a penalty for a new ERS. Wow, give me that 100. Ah, I went the wrong way. All right, let's call him in.
Understood.
Speed light.
And speed limiter on. And stop on the marks.
Ah, interesting. So I went the wrong way with the toe, but I went the right way with the cornering. So that has to be over there. That has to come back. Just gotta hope that doesn't break anything else. Looks like it might do. Let's try that. Yeah, on the plus side for Kimi, he did look very, very quick. Blisteringly quick, actually. It's going to be interesting to see if he does get the call-up. I think it's now looking more and more likely that he will get the call-up for next season. But he hasn't got many chances left. Or not many chances. He hasn't got many opportunities left to do another FP1 session. There's a lot of street circuits coming up, and I can't see them putting him in the car for one of those. There's still sprint weekends to come. He won't be getting in the car on those weekends because it's just one session, and that's it. So, in terms of like proper racetracks, not that many left now. Abu Dhabi is one. I think what else? Just done Zambia, haven't we? I think we go Singapore, Baku are the next two, I think, after Monza.
I'm gonna crash.
Kota's a sprint.
Copy.
So we've got street circuit. Kota's a sprint. Mexico is another one where he'll get an opportunity. That's 2 races. Brazil will be a sprint weekend, I think. Is Brazil sprint this year? Or did they take the sprint away from Brazil? Brazil's usually been the best sprint of the season every season, so if that's no longer a sprint, that will be a bit of a surprise. We go on to the calendar. Let's have a look. So next month is Baku and Singapore. October is Kota and Mexico, so we'll have a chance in Mexico. After that, it's Brazil. Vegas is a street circuit. Qatar's a sprint. And then Abu Dhabi. So maybe he's only got 2 rounds left, really, where he'll get a run in the car.
Any feedback on that?
97, it's still not right. Broke something, moving those things around. I broke the front wing.
Will be pit limiter on.
But that I can
Stop in
fix.
front of the guys.
There we go. Science's car will make it. And Hamilton was looking quick. He was quick in FP1. He set the pace in FP2. So could be a very, very good race for him. That we didn't quite. Can I get him out? Just for the last lap or two. Just get that extra 1%. Come on, give me 1%. Yes, there we go. I didn't count it, like it's still at 99% prep. Never mind. Alright, time for us to sit out of qualifying.
Hello and welcome to the much...
I will do an exploration lap with Leclerc. Just to get feedback on that setup change. Just a single shakedown lap.
I'm green.
Perfect. There we go. 100%. And that's it. That's it for qualifying. So who will be the 3 drivers joining us in the elimination? I'm going to guess Gasly and Ocon, definite contenders. Zhou as well. I think those might be the 3 that join us. Gasly's out, Ocon's out, and Zhou's out. So they are eliminated. Sargent goes through, but don't forget he has got that penalty for a new ERS, so he will end up probably dropping to the back of the grid. Evening, Henrik. Why? As in, why did we not run? Because this is too easy. So we're making it more of a challenge by starting from the back.
The stage is set here in Barcelona. 66 laps around a track that the drivers know inside and out.
Barcelona is a circuit with plenty of history under its belt. It was here, after all, that multiple world
It's on the
champion
hardest
Max
difficulty
Verstappen
settings.
secured his very first F1 victory back in 2016.
Barcelona is a tricky circuit to balance. The technical corners demand high downforce, but that means adding stress to tyres and potentially limiting
Evening, Mr.
race
Watson.
strategies if teams go too far.
So, yeah, we will go with that strategy. No, not that one. That one. Box a little bit earlier. There we go. Take 2 laps of fuel out. There was a little bit of extra lightness off the line. And they can see we're starting 18th and 19th, which means Sargent will have been relegated behind us thanks to his penalty. Let's send him to the grid for the Spanish Grand Prix.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action. Now, this could be an important race for Pierre Gasly.
It's a P17 grid start for them in this race, but maybe they can get through the pack cleanly and move up the field.
And the time has come. Let's go racing. This is it. It's the Spanish Grand Prix. It's lights out and...
There you go. Yeah, car development and race both on hard.
away we go.
All right, strong start for Charles. Already up past Gasly. Sainz right behind him. Also looking to follow through. Got the inside line through turn 3. Should have started one lap with inters. I'm running an old engine on Charles. Well, I say old. I'm still running like day one parts for Charles in terms of engine. Sainz is probably going to be quicker because, you know, he's broken so many bits already. But we're going to let them fight.
Increase tire saving.
Right, Max has bolted. 1.5 seconds ahead of Norris already.
Ocon in front. 0.3. Car behind is Charles. 0.2 behind.
Sainz dives up the inside of Ocon in turn 1. Ocon's going to have a look at fighting back because he's going to be burning battery right now. And look at that, Leclerc just going around the outside of him. Next up, the two Saubers of Bottas and then Zhou. And this will be a lunge up the inside. Will we get both cars through? Bottas using some battery to hold us off. That or using a bit of tyre push. Maybe a bit of both. There goes Sainz having a look. Yeah, and Bottas holding him off. Turn off the battle assist. I'm not defending, we're attacking.
You can use K1.
This time, we easily complete the move. Ride with Charles. Riding the rev limiter there, feathering the throttle, trying to get past Valtteri, and he'll just cruise on through now. We should see Carlos make the move in front as well. You see him having a look. Up the inside. And he's right on Magnussen as well. And here comes Charles. We should get maybe a little look at turn 5 here. No, Zhou had us covered. There goes Sainz past Kevin, and here we go past Zhou.
Start button on.
And we're 13th and 15th after 4 laps. Yellow flag, both cars now into, that's Sargent having a wobble.
Single yellow.
Yeah, copy.
See exactly what he did. He must have just locked up. Yeah,
have a
there's the
look at
lockup. It says turn 14, it was
This was
turn
on the
1.
straight.
So still having problems identifying corners.
And there goes the steering.
He just
By that
missed the
point,
back of
it was
Bottas
just
there.
too late.
Who is that in front holding everyone up? Is it Oscar? It is. What's going on with Oscar? Has he got a really bad car or something? No. Well, his gearbox isn't great, but apart from that, there goes Sainz. Leclerc will look to try and follow through, but backs out of it.
Charge on.
Okay.
We're going to get boxed in here.
Yeah, I can do it. Copy.
Straight through on Piastri, like he wasn't even there. I think Sainz is probably the favourite for the win tonight out of R2. His car is in much healthier powertrain condition.
With DRS. With DRS.
Take a look at tyre wear. Oh, we've got a massive advantage on tyres already.
Okay.
Leclerc thinking about a double overtake for a second then. We'll settle for just getting past Magnussen instead.
And more charge.
And charge
And
button
now
on.
we'll have a
Charge
look
button
at getting a
on.
move on Albon.
Copy that.
There we go, around the outside, nice and easy. That's back into peak confidence again for Charles. Alonso's been looking after his tyres. Let's see, how far behind are we? 15.5 seconds behind Max. Norris is closing back up to him again. Perez currently 3.5 seconds further back. Oh no, wait. There we go, 2.5 seconds further back. Leclerc has broken away. And is now going to start hunting down Albon. Piastri and Hulkenberg.
You are doing a good job on tires. Keep it like this.
And this is why we're starting from the back, because it's just too easy at the moment. Swapping places in front, that's slowing them down even more. There is Charles, almost in range already. When the tyres get down to about 75%, I'm going to turn them up.
And we need charge button on. Charge button on.
Alonso and Stroll swapping places in front of Sainz. I think Alonso will just get the DRS there. He did. And he will now pull away.
Energies are good.
Copy that.
And charge button on. Charge button on.
Yeah, good.
We can push a bit
And now
more.
we're going to pick up our pace even more. And we've got so much more grip than the cars around us.
And tyre phase update when you can.
Ah, good.
And there we go. Past Oscar. Right. Let's make sure he doesn't try and jump back at us on the straight.
Deployed.
Evening, Farrett.
Update your tire phase.
The tire feels good for your incline.
Charge button on. Behind, 0.9 with the LS.
Okay.
This could be a fastest lap attempt for Charles here. Doesn't tell me what the fastest lap is right now.
At the moment we are P9.
No, not quite. 1:18.3. It's still very quick.
Far behind is Stroll.
And we are
1.4
past
behind.
Alonso, closing in on George Russell.
And charge button on.
And there was a very simple move into turn one. So as one Ferrari breaks away from an Aston, the other one is trying to get past an Aston while charging at the same time. And given that Stroll doesn't have DRS, he shouldn't be able to hold us back for very long. Might get him here on this straight. If not, we'll set him up beautifully on the main straight. Yeah, we're through.
And charge button on.
And charge button on.
We are still going to have to do some pretty heavy fuel saving at some point. Might start that in a minute. As Hulkenberg is in. First car to hit the pits. He's done 11 laps. Now Sargent's coming in as well. It's a slow stop. Problem seating that tyre. It's got a big old gap though.
Now down to the pits. There's been a hold-up.
Charge button off.
No, I was even more extreme with qualifying. I didn't even run in Q1. We started 18th and 19th. Sargent had a 10-place penalty for putting a new ERS unit in, so he started in 20th. And yeah, at the end of like 10 laps, we were up nearly half the grid.
The race is still on for us.
This is where it gets a little bit harder to make progress, as the rest of the cars are quicker than the ones we've been fighting on so far, but we still got a pretty dominant car.
And charge button on, charge button on. He's on DRS.
Oh, Leclerc has just punched his way through. Alonso lost a lot of time. Did he run wide? What happened? Oh yeah, he just ran off, clipped the edge of the gravel, forced him out. See you later, Carlos.
DRS.
Oof, that was risky. But after 13 laps, both cars in the top 10. And we're about 18 seconds off the lead right now.
And charge button on, charge button on.
Sign behind with DRS.
Yep, copy.
Let's see if we can get both cars through at least Russell, or if Leclerc can get past both Russell and Hamilton.
Sign behind with DRS.
Leclerc's out of the slipstream. There he goes. Pulls back in. Steps back out again. Pulls back in again. Gets the toe. That little speed boost. Oh, and again. Didn't go for it. Didn't commit. That's because he's fuel saving, so he's a little earlier on the brakes.
Anyway.
Doing a bit more lift and coast. Well, we might get him here into turn 5. Or Sainz will have a look. Sainz has got the slipstream from Russell.
And tyre phase update.
And Sainz will move back through. So Sainz is just below peak confidence. So is Leclerc. We are losing time behind these two.
Russell coming out from the pits.
That's one of them out the way. George diving into the pits. Stroll and Piastri coming in behind as well. Hard tyres there for George Russell. Battle of the pit crews. Medium for Oscar. Stroll has to wait for Oscar to go through. So that's a position gain for McLaren there. And we've already cleared Hamilton.
Less lift off.
Hamilton's going to be boxing this lap. Pits. Into the pits for Yuki, into the pits for Lewis.
Get ready.
We believe it will be soon.
Copy.
And Charles, no lift off needed.
Nice comfortable stop there for Mercedes.
Copy.
Looked pretty straightforward for Yuki's stop there as well. Holds the position. And we are now 21 seconds, give or take, with both cars behind.
Charge button on.
Into the pits for Daniel Ricciardo. Pretty straightforward, onto a set of mediums. See where he comes out, because he was a few seconds ahead of us. He's going to get out in front of his teammate, but only just. There is Yuki. So we can expect to come out probably somewhere around about Albon, Hamilton, Russell. Although, having said that, they're on new tyres now, so they will be potentially a little bit quicker. See what we can do with what's left of these tyres. Due to stop on lap 20. .7 or 120.4.
What you're doing is good for tires.
Gap hasn't really come down that much, but we are closing in on Perez. .122.3 for Perez last time around. This is Sainz's in lap.
Copy.
We'll go one more lap with Charles. as Alonso's into the pits, and we were 2 seconds quicker with Leclerc, and 1.7 seconds quicker with Sainz. Into the pits comes Albon and Bottas as well. Mediums for Albon, hards for Valtteri. Chat not showing me messages again. Evening F1 is live. Patch not out on console. It's yeah, I mean it's not out till next week at the earliest. Should have pushed the tyres at the start. I started 19th and 18th.
What's the right line?
I'm currently 3rd and 5th. Sainz with a 2.6 second stop.
And push now, push.
And we're going to come out right alongside George.
Sun color TP8. Point 3.
I wouldn't expect the patch on Tuesday at this rate, given how many problems it seems to have caused on the PC. PC doesn't have the certification process for patches. They just drop them out when they're ready. So given all the faults that I've seen reported... Oh, hello, yellow flag. It's not going to cause any hold-ups. It's a lock-up for Logan again. Turn 1 again.
So here we go, heading into turn 1.
Except this time it actually says turn 1, not turn 14. That is Max there.
The wheels just lock up there. But that's just the risk you take. The later you
There goes
leave
Max. So, yeah, given the problems that I've seen reported with on PC since the patch went live, you know, things like cars driving around with no wheels, amongst other things, then that's probably why the patch failed certification, which means they're going to have to fix it before it gets resubmitted. You know, it might take them an extra couple of days. Oh, look at that Charles just squeezing through.
P7.
So, we have done our first stop and we've jumped all the way up to 6th and 7th.
Behind you is
And now, we have better tyres than everybody in front of us.
And you can use all the boost bar.
Copy.
Sainz is out of battery. Put him to top up.
Yeah, good.
Charge button on.
Hamilton's looking a bit racy at the moment. But we should be able to hold him off. Our tyres will be up to temperature at the end of the next lap.
Okay.
Max is now into puncture territory, but he'll be boxing this lap. And we're probably about 10 seconds, well, maybe not 10, maybe about 15 seconds behind him now. As in he comes. Still haven't quite shaken Lewis.
And
Now we have
charge button on.
Perez still hasn't got past the pit entrance yet. Now he does. Well, Perez has already stopped, that's why. Evening, Jeremy. So let's wait till we get through a checkpoint, the end of the first section, and then we'll see how far the gap is. Yeah, we've already done the first sector. So, what is the gap? 12 seconds. 12 seconds to max.
And tire temperatures are good.
Yeah, copy that.
Yeah, one of the things I was discussing at the very beginning of the stream, for those who are late to the party, is that I may possibly just shelve this game for a little while after tonight, until the patch comes out, and then leave it a day or two just to see that the patch isn't going to be a complete disaster like it was for PC. So, I need to think what I'll stream next week in its place.
Solid blues for Sargent.
Right, sides closing in on the back of Yuki.
Look after your tires.
Yeah.
Norris into the pits from the lead, 20 seconds ahead of Max. He will come out behind him. Quite a slow pit lane here. It's about 25 seconds, I think, for a stop. He's going hard tyres. Here comes Verstappen across the line. And there's Perez. That's Perez there.
That was a very good lap.
Sainz goes purple.
Yeah.
And gets past Yuki Tsunoda. Who do I think is rated too highly on this game? Stroll is perennially rated too high. We'll get the right word in a second. Other than that, I think it's not too bad this time. And who do I think is underrated? Maybe Oscar isn't quite as highly rated as he could be, but still young in his career. He's going to have a high development rate, so whereas he might not be, as quick as he could be in the first season, he's still young enough to develop at a very, very strong rate. He's certainly a lot better than he was last year. Last year he was awful. Easily the worst rate, the most underrated driver on the game last year. Sainz now closing in on the back of Danny Ricciardo. In 22, he was OP. A little, but it's also, there was a different way of promoting experience on drivers. They didn't have the arbitrary assign a particular grouping to work on. It was just earn some experience points and then stick them on a very specific individual skill. And given that the pace was determined by cornering and braking, and he already had pretty good stats in those, you could easily make him insanely fast. But he would chew through his tyres like crazy. So you had to work on the smoothness at some point as well to balance it out a bit.
And charge button on, if you can.
All right, that is Norris just disappearing through turn 1 in front of us. Just 4 seconds behind him.
Good job. Fighting with Norris in front. Are in front 4 seconds. You can use K1. He has the RS now.
I'm fine with Ricciardo going through because it gives me the DRS again.
Stay cool. So now they're behind.
You feel that Nando should have had a little downgrade? No, I don't. I think he's exactly where he needs to be.
Charge on.
Copy.
Right, an issue for Magnussen.
Charge button on.
Have I got a power issue?
Yes, Kevin. Yes, you do.
Use DRS.
Yeah, copy.
Charge on.
Right, we're in the weeds with the back markers. Gap still about 12.5 seconds to Max, even though we've been lapping a little bit slower recently. And that is Hulkenberg and Gasly both into the pits. Problem stop. And then he had to wait for Magnussen as well. So, Haas getting both of their driver stops right there. That's a rarity. And that's us putting a move on Hulkenberg.
You're doing good.
Here's the replay. Now we're watching Carlos Sainz here. The opportunity begging to be taken. And Sainz gets by without too much trouble.
Got a P4. Barrett's in front.
Do I think people have been too harsh on Kimi after his crash in FP1? I haven't seen people being harsh on him, but I've not really been looking online that much. I watched the footage. You know, it was a bit of a shame. You know, it was a driver mistake. He just went in too quick, but you know, he's gonna make mistakes. He's a young driver. George still makes mistakes. Hamilton still makes mistakes. You know, it's not like he's not gonna make mistakes. It's how he responds to that, and the team are very positive around him. You know, they're not holding his feet to the flame or anything like that for wrecking the car. George might have a quiet word with him, but I doubt he will.
And solid boost for Hulkenberg in front.
Alright, Norris up into second, Perez down into third by 7 seconds. It is time to start upping the pace again.
You need to push more.
And tires are good to push. Charge on.
Copy.
So this should be a comfortable move on Ricciardo here.
Charge button on.
Yeah, copy.
There we go. Through and up into fifth.
Update when you can.
We have healthier and faster tyres than Perez. That gap should start coming down, and it already has started coming down. You can see it's now 2.7, 2.8. We took almost a second out of Perez on that last lap. Now we've got a spin. Who is that? Where is that?
Single yellow.
Copy.
That's Sargent. That's his third mistake in this Grand Prix. He's locked up at turn 1 twice.
Car off 2-1.
As for the team back in the garage, that was a tough moment to watch.
There we go, 1:17.9 for Charles Leclerc last lap. Although he started that lap with a nice DRS overtake. 1:18.3, that's quicker than Max and a second quicker than Perez again. Joe's into the pits. Ocon's gearbox fault. if that's what he had. His whatever fault he had has cleared up. So he's back at full power again. And we are just over half distance. Quicker lap for Checo that time, a 1:18.5. Norris still pushing very hard. And takes the lead from Max. Say Verstappen will now have a go back into turn 10. Thinks better of it. Had that DRS. Max is obviously still pushing, and now Magnussen picks up a fault, or is that that's an escalation of his fault? So his engine issue is getting worse. Now Verstappen's got an issue, and it's a bad one.
Clipping everywhere.
That's an ERS issue.
Okay, in front is Bottas. Continue, keep going.
Frontier should add a mode like race replay and career mode in one. I get what you're saying. It would be incredibly complicated to do based on how they currently do those. They deliberately hamstring the setup and confidence level of the drivers to try and match the pace, because they don't change the ability of the car. They just change the driver's fate in the setup and the actual setup level. And sometimes you can tweak it and improve it, other times you really can't, without breaking it and making it worse. Wouldn't really be able to do that in career mode. Alright, we are within 1 second.
Checo, next car in front. 0.8 now. Keep it up. And more Lyco.
Yeah, Perez's pace not great at the moment. Wait till the start of the next lap. Could be on for a 1-2, maybe. I hope so.
Fighting with Perez. Try everything. Oof. Well done, Carlos. Currently P3. Racing Lando in front.
I might have just stopped Perez from getting the DRS there as well. I did.
Start button on.
Copy.
Albon back in the pits for his second stop.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
There we go, third and fourth.
Copies up.
Max and Norris still squabbling over the lead. What is Max's? We said it was ERS, didn't we? Let's just confirm. Yeah, ERS. Oh, 19%. That could be an unfixable fault.
Next car in front is Sainz. Continue like this. Charge button on.
Charge button on.
Doing fastest lap for Charles Leclerc. 1:16.4. Don't fight him.
Alright, let's concentrate. Be careful on traction.
Copy.
Come on, let Sainz go through.
With the tires.
Okay.
Do it that way.
So we need to push. And charge button on. And Charles, no lift off needed. You are doing a good job. And some lift off if you can. Charge button on. And we need to manage.
Charles doesn't have more pace. Not a massive amount. He's got a much worse car. And I need to get his battery charged up first before I can switch them over. Once I've got him charged up and I've saved a bit more fuel with him, then I'll put him in front and I'll let Sainz get the tow for a bit while I charge Sainz up. He's close because he's got that slipstream and he's got that DRS. But his engine is definitely down, as you can see, to Carlos.
Charge button on.
Slipstream effect is pretty powerful, especially when you've got a car like ours, which can follow in the dirty air well. Right, maybe
And
one
charge
more
button
lap
on.
behind.
Charge button on.
We are closing. Took nearly 2 seconds out of the lead that last lap.
Energies are good.
We want Max and Norris to fight each other as well. Slow them down even more.
You can push.
And charge button on.
More Lyco.
Free to fight. race is long.
Start button on.
Copy that.
So Sainz should now catch back up again.
Less lift off.
Those tyres are in slightly worse shape. Let's give him a little squirt of battery just to make sure he gets back
Can
in
use
range.
K1.
His tyre wear is not quite as good as Charles.
And update your status. Update your status, please.
I feel I'm pushing too much. I'm degrading a lot.
Getting close to boxing. You know, I think we're catching the top two. Have faith. We'll get them. And now I'm surprised Sainz is struggling to get back onto Leclerc. There we go, finally makes it.
And charge button on.
Look after tires.
Copy.
Norris will be trickier to catch than Max, given Max's battery issues,
Charge button on.
which have not cleared up.
Charge button on to come in. Can afford even faster. Charge button on.
And you see, we're still lapping almost a second quicker than Norris. Comfortably faster than Max right now. Now I can use Leclerc's tyres just to up the pace a little bit more as well, while still getting some battery back into sights.
And charge button on.
New fastest lap for Yuki Tsunoda, 1:16.0. We will obliterate that when we get onto a new set of softs. And the gap to Max is just 4 seconds, about 9 seconds now to Lando.
Charge button on.
There is Max. And he's got George trying to get through and unlap himself. Evening, Ruben. RB's doing good with Rick and Sonoda. Yeah, they have been for the last couple of races. They picked up 38 points in the last two race weekends.
And start button on.
Perez is in and has gone on to a set of mediums, which is what I'm expecting for Norris
There's been a slow pit stop.
and Max. I'm expecting them to go on to mediums as well.
And look after tires in the ice pit.
Start button on.
Pit confirm a box.
But copy box.
Yeah, they are no good.
Copy box.
Start button on.
And Norris is in. Max is going another lap. Well, that is soft tyres.
Can we check upshifts?
Gearbox there for George.
What's the right line?
So I'm, what, about 5 seconds behind Norris? Maybe a little more.
And P4. We have Norris.
6.5. Yeah, that's doable. It'll open up as we get past both George and Verstappen.
And 90 laps to go.
Verstappen behind with DRS.
George getting blue flag there, trying to sneak his way back in front of Max. And into the pits now for Charles. .4, good stop.
And what's a wide line on exit?
We should come out just behind Sainz. Or maybe just in front. Just in front.
P3. So in front we have Norris. Behind we have Sainz. $18 laps to go.
and save fuel.
You can slow down.
Copy.
Evening, Andrew. Evening, Rinketic. No, update isn't out for consoles. It won't be out till next week.
Signed behind with DRS.
Head down.
We need to save tires in high speed.
Okay.
Max is still out there. So he's going to probably box this lap. But he is lapping considerably slower. There we go. Max is in. Not a great stop. He got held for Magnussen coming in.
Next car in front is signed.
All right, fastest lap attempt.
Continue, keep going.
Max should have good pace it. Well, Max will have new soft tyres, but he's got a really dodgy ERS unit in his car. So I don't expect him to catch us.
At the moment you have P2.
I don't care which of my drivers gets the fastest lap as long as we get it, which we should do.
And then behind we have signed behind 0.4. Tire temps good.
And we've got a slow Aston in front. That is Stroll.
Signed behind with DRS.
And there we go, fastest lap for Charles.
You've got the fastest lap.
Okay.
Look after the tires, please.
And we are just 3.5 seconds
Yeah,
behind
copy.
Norris after that.
As you are now, lift off.
Charge button on. Charge button on.
Now we've got plenty of time to go. 15 laps to go. Do I use avoid high risk curbs? No. I only ever use it if we've got a fault, and I turn the tyre pace down as well. I don't use that exploit because I think it's
Signed behind with DRS.
a really scuzzy cheat that you just do not need.
Okay.
I've been very adamant about that since day one. So the only time I ever use it is if I've got a fault to try and fix the fault quickly, or to just to nurse the car to bring it home when I'm cruising and leading by a long way. It's the only time I'll ever use that. Apart from practice, I always use it in practice. But everything's at the lowest settings in practice, just to reduce the amount of wear and tear on the car. Oh, yellow flag. Alonso running a little
Now we're
wide.
through the last turn here. And wide they go,
Oh yeah,
leaving
into
the
the
racing
gravel.
line. Well, hopefully not a sign of things to come.
I still want to see cars get beached in the gravel. Haven't seen it yet, but I doubt it's in the game. Oh, big block there for Leclerc. But he'll get the DRS now off the back of the Alpine. And that will close him back up again.
Gap to him 1.7. Continue like this.
Less lift off.
Charge button on.
Copy that.
Why am I conserving the car? Lando's going to burn his tyres out. We've still got another 12 laps to go after this one. There's no rush. He's only 4.5 seconds up the road. And his pace is going to drop off way before ours does.
All right, let's concentrate. And charge button on.
Copy that.
Charge button on.
There you see, Norris's tyres starting to struggle even more. Meanwhile, I am keeping mine nice and cool, and I'm rebuilding the battery.
Charge on.
Copy.
I'm only going to take one quick lap to get right on his gearbox. There he is.
And we need to increase pushing status.
And charge button on.
What's his tyre percentage? There you go, 10% less than Charles, 5% less than Sainz, and he boxed the same lap as Sainz. Leclerc went one extra lap.
Copy that.
And keep doing the same thing on tire saving. Good job there.
And charge on.
Time is our friend. Indeed. There is absolutely no point putting unnecessary strain on the car just yet.
Energies are good.
Copy that.
Try to warm up the tires.
Ten laps to go. We took 0.4 of a second out of him on that lap.
Race is long.
And slow down now.
Copy.
And charge button off. Charge button off.
Okay.
You can use K1.
Copy.
Charge button on.
Copy, copy.
You found overtaking much easier in this year's game. It is so much easier. They don't do that half-assed. I'm gonna, look at overtaking and then just pull out halfway and just stay there. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah, copy.
Charge button on.
There you go.
Copy.
Gap's now down to 3.7. And now I can protect Sainz's tyres a little bit more
And tyre phase update when you can.
and still keep them in the window in the dirty air.
Ah, good.
Get that battery back up again. Who's got the best car in this game? Red Bull. At the start of the season anyway. But as you can see with our Ferrari save, which is the second best car, I think it's really easy to overhaul them. And McLaren, you could easily overhaul them with McLaren as well.
Charge button on.
Gap is
Okay.
less than 3 seconds. One thing you've got to understand as well is that the way the mentality system is in the game at the moment, it's too overpowered. So you get a good result, your driver gets a big stat boost going to the next race, and if you keep the results going, your driver just has ungodly stats for an extended period of time, and that really makes all the difference to the car. That's why in my Goodwood file that we ended a week ago, Verstappen won 19 of the races, of the 24 races. He got on a good run and he just kept his stats really ridiculously high. Was way too quick for the rest of the field. But in this file, when I'm controlling a team that can fight him, Verstappen hasn't won a race yet.
Copy that.
Leclerc's won 5, Sainz has won 2, Norris has won 2. That's the split in the opening 9 races. 19 out of 24, it's worse than real life. Well, it's better than this year. It's not as good as last year, but that's because there were only 23 races last year. Right, now we can turn our tyres up properly and we can start going
So
after
increase pushing status.
Norris.
Charge button on.
We are less than 2.5 seconds behind him. Yeah, he equalled the record last in the season that I just completed. He equalled the record for 19 wins in the season. He didn't so much burn his tyres because he's still got enough grip to get him through to the end of the Grand Prix, but we looked after ours. That's why we've caught him now, because he kept his tyres at the same pace. We dropped ours right down. Now we have a big tyre surplus in terms of grip. And it's showing.
Downshift 7% power.
Escalation of George's gearbox issues. Verstappen, 23.5 seconds behind now. That ERS fault has killed his race. Charles is now all over Norris.
Charge off.
And we can now turn that off and let Sainz fight as well.
6 laps to go.
Okay.
Now Piastri's got an issue.
The vibration's quite bad now.
The next car in front is Norris. Gap to him 0.9.
I knew it. We'll overtake in the last 5 laps. You also said right before that, we're not going to catch him. You can't claim clairvoyance in one thing and deny it in the other. Nice try. No, I knew we would catch him with a few laps to go. Because, that's the way I was pacing it. In terms of looking after our tyres.
Use the energy. Five laps to go.
Oh,
And good job.
So this is what happened. Right, we're taking the second corner. It's certainly inviting.
I do love that new addition to the replay cam where it splits from the front view to the back to the rear view like that. It's a really nice little addition to the game this year.
Solid blues for Hulkenberg in front.
And mode charge.
okay.
Ah, damn it, I didn't want to get the move done there. Never mind.
And use energy.
You are doing good.
You have charge car in front. And charge 3.2.
And there we go.
And try to cool down the tires as much as possible.
Norris not even in DRS range.
Copy.
That's how quick we were through that final sector.
4 laps to go. Charge button on.
Try to hold on tires.
Copy.
And use K1. Lando behind. He's 3.5 behind. Focus on consistency.
Look after the tires.
Copy.
Now we let them fight.
Charge button on.
Got them back within a close enough distance that if Sainz has got the pace, he can catch, get in the DRS and pass before the end of the race. If Leclerc's got the pace, he'll keep the gap or even extend it.
3 laps to go.
Leclerc had the better mentality coming into this race, but Sainz has got the better car in terms of its powertrain. So it's pretty balanced between the two of them. I'm already nearly 5 seconds ahead of Lando. Looks like Leclerc is just going to edge it. But there is a little bit of traffic coming up. I'm actually coming up to lap Piastri. I don't think we'll catch him in time though. There's only 2 laps to go. And Leclerc is pulling away, 10th or 2 a lap.
Now. Yeah, no worries. No worries.
2 laps to go.
Next up is Sargent, I think. Or is that Albon? It might be Albon. Yeah, it's Albon. Go 2 laps down. We've lapped everybody up to and including Alonso. Piastri's the last car on the lead lap, and he is only just ahead. There's the Ferrari. Can't quite see the McLaren. There it is, just disappearing into turn 10. What position do I have to get for my sponsors? 4th with Leclerc, 5th with Sainz. So even starting from the back of the grid, yeah, we've made it look easy again. Sainz 2 seconds behind now. He's not going to catch, but he's still pulling out time over Norris, who's now 6.2 seconds behind. There you see a 1:17.1, 1:17.3 and a 1:17.9. Almost 7/10 of a second gained over Norris that last lap. Max doing 1:18.4s effectively. I don't think Perez will catch him. Let's see. No, Perez won't catch him. Got a fight here between Hamilton and Ricciardo. They've got 1 more lap after this. Can Ricciardo get some strong points? Tsunoda's in 8th. It's not quite as good a result as they've had in the last 2 races. Tsunoda getting on the podium at Monaco, and then both drivers getting in the top 10 for 18 points total last night. When you start as Ferrari, is Hamilton already signed up for the next season? Yes, he is. Because that was announced before the start of the season. And that's the only one, though. None of the other drive moves are coded in. Or at least they're not on pre-arranged contracts. I don't think they're coded. There we go. It's a win for Charles Leclerc. That's his 6th win of the season.
Into the pit lane.
Look at that! Leclerc takes first place!
Just the perfect end to what has been a thrilling race.
Ricciardo is going to hold off Lewis, I think. Unless Lewis has a lunge here into turn 10. It's not close enough. It's going to be 6th place for Ricciardo. Not a long enough run to the line for Hamilton here. There we go. And Tsunoda will take 8th place. Oscar will survive being lapped and finish in 9th. There we go. That is it. Everyone has crossed the line now. Another comfortable 1-2 for the team. Not quite sure why Magnussen decided to carry on and not pull into the pits.
This is a wonderful moment for Charles Leclerc as well. Such a beautiful result.
That was a really well-executed race, I thought. Major credit to the driver, the pit wall, and the whole team for that win.
We may see these kind of scenes a lot in Formula One, but it's easy to forget just what it means to the whole team. And the Monegasque driver certainly proved his worth with a terrific drive today.
Sainz looking a little disappointed, couldn't get the win in his home Grand Prix.
To see both drivers up there together.
And by the looks of things here in Barcelona, the party's only just beginning. As far as Ferrari are concerned, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling after that race?
I doubt they could be much happier. A win and a podium place. What a great way to round out the weekend.
And with that, our time in Barcelona is done.
Next time, the teams will be forging ahead at full throttle through the Styrian forest. The Austrian Grand Prix is right around the corner.
So there we go then, confirmation of the final result. Both drivers up 17 places to take the top 2 steps on the podium. Only reason we didn't start 19th and 20th was because of Sargent getting that penalty for a new engine part. It is maximum points for Charles Leclerc, first and the fastest lap, with 26 points. Second for Sainz with 18. Norris holds on for third place, 15 more points for him. Max down into fourth place for 12 points. Then it's Perez in fifth. Ricciardo gaining 2 places there, which when you consider that we came from the back of the grid and everyone else has dropped down as a result of that, is good. That's very good. He's the only other driver in the top 10 to have actually gained places. So technically you could say he's up 4 from where he started if you took us out of the equation. Very good result for Ricciardo there. 8 points for him. Hamilton in 7th. Yuki in 8th, so it's another 12 points for RB. Oscar, disappointing, down in 9th, had some big problems with his gearbox towards the end of the race there. And then Alonso, the last point on the grid. Bottom half of the standings, George down in 11th. Not a good race for him. He had some car problems quite early on, but never got better. Stroll in 12th, then it's Albon 13th, Hulkenberg 14th, then Bottas, Gasly, Zhou, Ocon, Sargent, actually up 1 place into 19th despite 2 lockups and a spin, and Magnussen all the way down in 20th and last. In the driver's standings, 228 points now for Charles Leclerc, leads Lando by 70 points, and Carlos Sainz has now gained a bit more ground on Lando. He's just 4 points behind him in the overall standings. Max is a further 8 points back in 4th. Perez moves above Piastri by 3 points, thanks to a disappointing race for Oscar there. Tsunoda in 7th picks up another 4 points. Alonso is 8th. Hamilton moves above George by 4 points into 9th. And Ricciardo is starting to close the gap a little bit more. 8 more points for him tonight puts him up to 20. Stroll in 12th on 8 points. Nobody else has scored, but it is Albon from Sargent, then Bottas, Hulkenberg, Ocon, Gasly, Zhou, and Magnussen. Let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Ferrari top with another maximum 44 points, 8 wins from 10 races so far this season, puts us on 382. McLaren in second, 2 wins for Lando Norris. They are, let's see, quick mental maths, 123 points behind us there. And then 9 points further back is Red Bull, who actually outscored McLaren today by 5. So the gap has come down again a little bit. Huge gap back to RB on 77 points, but they are stretching away from Mercedes. That gap is now up to 9 points. Aston being left behind a little bit on 56 points. No one else has scored points yet. It's Williams in 7th, then Sauber 8th, Haas 9th, and Alpine in 10th. Take a look at the pit stops. We got the quickest stop. Nice. That's the first time we've had the quickest stop, I think. A 2.39. 25 points there for Sainz. We got more points as well with Leclerc in 6th place. Mercedes up there with Hamilton in 2nd. Red Bull getting one car in there in 3rd with Perez. Then it's Aston Martin 4th and 10th. McLaren 5th and 7th. Sauber 8th and 9th to round out the scoring positions. Let's have a look. McLaren stay top on 179. Red Bull close behind on 165. Lose a point to McLaren tonight, so the gap's gone up to 14 now. We move back above RB, having scored 0 points in Canada because we didn't make a pit stop. So we are now 2 points clear of RB, who themselves did not score tonight. Nor did Alpine. They stay 5th. Mercedes in 6th, gain 18 points, up to 79. Then it's Aston moving above Williams by 2. Sauber stay in 9th and Haas in 10th, a long way back. There you see our stops. 2.7, not a great stop for Leclerc for his first one, but 2.4 was good for the second stop for some points. A 2.6 there for Carlos Sainz and a 2.39 for the quickest stop of the race. And I think our quickest stop of the season as well, 2.39. So very, very good there. We get the maximum payout for both of our drivers. We pay out their contract bonuses. So once again, we clear $1 million in sponsor income after the Grand Prix. Kimi Antonelli has gone up another performance point. Fantastic. As has Aurelian Nobles. So let's take a look at our inbox. We've got a brand new ATR period just started. ERS now in poor condition for Charles. We'll be switching that out in the next Grand Prix. Post race, let's have a look. The underfloor failed. We also need to swap out Carlos's rear wing and side pods, as they have failed their inspection as well. And there you see, expected finishes 5th and 6th. We finished 1st and 2nd, comfortably ahead. Take a look at the F2 and F3 races. Arvin Lindblad gets the F3 win. Dino Beganovic, no longer a member of our team, gets 3rd there. And in 2nd place, none of our drivers make the podium. Let's take a look at F3 first of all. So let's have a look. Gabriele Mini, who we are going to be signing, is 3rd there in the 3rd car for Prema in the sprint. And where did he finish in the race? Ooh, quite a way off, all the way down in 11th place. Leonardo Fornaroli, who we have signed and will be joining us at the end of the year, getting 7th in the main race. Where did he finish? 5th in the Grand Prix. Not too bad. Sorry, in the sprint. Not too bad at all. Let's take a look at F2. So, Ollie Behrman, 5th in the sprint, and teammate Kimi Antonelli is down in 11th place. Let's move on to the main race. 6th there and 10th. So, some points, not massive points. Let's have a look at the overall standings. Starting with F3. So, Leonardo is in 6th place overall, down a couple of places, and Mini is right behind him in 7th, also down a place. Arvin there jumping 5 places this weekend. Big haul points for him. Let's take a look at the F2 standings. Ollie is in 2nd place. Kimi is in 4th. Both of them dropping down a place. Plenty of time for them to move back up again. Let's advance our time a little bit. Front wing research project is done, and so is the underfloor. So we can now get, and so is the suspension. So we can now get some more parts into development. Make use of that new ATR period. Let's replace the underfloor first of all, and then replace the side pods and rear wing. Take stock of what needs to be built. Currently working on a new side pod design, but they won't be ready and manufactured in time. We are building more side pods though. That spare side pod will be ready in, oh wow, 22, oh no wait, hang on. That's still design. Manufacture. I'm not building anything right now, so let's build another side pod. There we go. Let's go back to design and research. So, we're on a Mark 3 side pod now. Everything else should be at Mark 2. It is. So, let's see. Let's put some hours into a rear wing. 4.8 divided by 3. It's going to be, what, 1.6, isn't it? Yeah. And then 64 divided by 3 will be 21 for 2 parts and 22 for the other. So we'll go 21 hours for the wing. Put a little bit more into it. Let's boost drag reduction slightly. Definitely want to boost the DRS, and I want to boost the airflow sensitivity a bit more as well. Take a little bit of life out of it, like we always do. Just push the front, the high speed up a little bit more. That's our weakest area of downforce at the moment. There we go. One engineer, and let's do a front wing. So same again, 1.6 and 21. Let's focus in on the tyre preservation. Take a little bit of life out of it. Gonna just tone down the front airflow a little bit. And I'll leave that like that. One engineer. There we go. And I should have enough money left to do an underfloor with the remaining hours. Go. Let's go with that. So we've got 4 more parts into development right now. Side pods will be ready in 22 days to go into manufacturing. Everything else will take a little bit longer. Check our inbox. There we go. Clear those off. We're 2 days away from Austria. Adami's contract is ending. Let's renew his contract. Or do we sign Bono? I think we signed Bono. He's out of contract at the end of the year. Let's offer him a deal. See if he wants to join us. He's on 1.6. Let's offer him 1.8. Give them the usual 10% signing on fee. Okay, there we go. We'll offer him a contract, see if he wants it. If he doesn't, then we will re-sign Adami a little bit later in the year. Who else is out of contract soon? Enrico. Let's re-sign him. Right, dropping his money just a little bit. Evening, Ruben. So he's on 3.9. Let's offer him 3.8. Give him 2 weeks. Who else? Tondi, also out of... You can see what I mean about mentality having a big effect on the stats. Tondi's stats aren't that high. He's got, what, a 99, a 99, a 99, a 100, nothing lower than 96. His stats aren't normally that high. That's simply because of the boost he's getting for the mentality hub. It'll be even more so with our drivers in some respects. I'll show you the stats for them in a second. Let's renew his contract. Let's again go with a 5-year deal to kick in next season. He's on 4.2 mil. Let's bring that down to 4 mil. Give him 14 days. And Diego Ivorno still has 2 years left on his contract. Checking in with Javi, he's out of contract in 6 months. So we need to renew him as well. Although he's been fired in real life. Maybe I'll wait. I'll wait and see what is happening with Bono. If Bono comes across, I might re-sign Adami, but move him over to Charles. I'll wait on that one. So let's have a look at our driver stats. Yeah, Charles Leclerc looking mighty right now because of his boosted mentality. And it'll be the same with our affiliates as well. That's Ollie's stats at the moment. 95 reactions, 85 cornering, 89 control. That's boosted. Let me show you Kimi's stats. There we go. Slightly boosted for Kimi as well. 81, 82, 84 in the pace. How'd you get them too enthusiastic? Well, their personal situation, you can see he's unhappy with how he performed in the F2 race at Barcelona, but he's happy to be mentored by, our first team drivers. He is very happy with the team performance in terms of constructor standings, happy with the team's results in both Barcelona and in Montreal, unhappy with the team's qualifying results because we didn't qualify. And as far as the principal's happy, he's very, very happy with car performance, other staff, facilities. He's also pleased that we have just completed some research projects as well. So yeah, basically just do good stuff and they will react accordingly, essentially. With drivers, a really good way to get them up is to just get good results with them as well. But if they've got a good car, that will help. If they've got good facilities, that will also help. We had problems with mentality for a long time with Lawson and Porsche because the staff were crap, the facilities were crap, and the car was also crap. So their mood was pretty crap as well. Right, yeah, we know about those. We've already done contract offers for the people we want to offer contracts. And that is the end of the race. It's still early days, so do you want us to do a race replay or a race moment to finish the night off? I mean, we could just end it here, or we could have a crack at... Oops, not career. Have a crack at something in here. Let's have a look. Team must earn at least 18 points. What do you reckon? You up for 28 laps of Monaco? Alright. So, not long left at Monaco. Mercedes have a chance to up their number of points. The vast majority of the field changed tyres during the lap 1 red flag, and with Tsunoda a comfortable distance behind, Hamilton has a free pit stop. With overtaking being notoriously hard at this street circuit, how Mercedes handles this opportunity will make all the difference to the final point count. So, let's have a look. 28 laps to go. We have apparently a pit stop in hand. Yeah, Tsunoda's there, look. Max in the tunnel right now. Could box on both drivers. Let's take a look. Do not have another set of softs or mediums, apparently. What do I have? Got a set of hards, which weren't showing up when I tried to put them into a strategy. That's the set of hards we used at the start. Or I could go with a set of 93% tyres. That's 28 laps. I mean, it's doable. Or I could go those and push them. Let's take a look at George. See what George has got. George has even worse softs. And again, has that set of hard tyres. I think we'll go with the hards and then we can push them. Let's burn out what's left of these tyres for a couple of laps.
Pack's looking good. So no need to charge the pack.
Yep. Charge the pack.
Williams unlapped itself on the main straight. I'm going to box Lewis this lap.
Okay, box.
So this lap?
And box next lap for George.
Copy, box.
Copy.
All right, this will get us out comfortably ahead of Sonoda, who I think is just going through the Nouvelle chicane. Yep, there he is. Quickest stop. That's the only stop. That's why. Stroll's just stopped.
Currently P7.
Right, so now I can see. Oh, wow, yeah, I can just leave it like that.
Sonoda car behind. And we can drop the lifter coast for now, we'll make it up later.
2.8, so a slightly quicker stop there for George.
Currently P6. Verstappen just ahead of yourself. Car behind is Lewis. Gap behind now 4.6.
Gap behind now 2.8.
Copy.
Going to push George at the end of this lap. And Max is boxed.
Overtake will be available.
Yeah, copy.
Alright, hopefully we've shown enough pace on these outlaps to stay ahead of him. He's gone hard tyres as well. There's George.
There you are, the fastest on track.
There's Lewis. So,
Understood.
back where we were. Now I'm going to turn the tyres down.
Just think about the management, you can just increase it just a fraction. Make sure you get that back up.
In a Victor.
And you have overtake available. Just keep the pressure on, you can do this.
Trouble is Max is pushing as well, so it's going to make it tricky. And Max has got a better car than we do. Oh, can we squeeze through? Yes, we can.
Let's focus on
And there we go. That is the objective achieved, because we've scored more points than we had before. But we've got to hold it now.
If we could have an overtake press. Overtake press.
George, recommend we start bringing the battery pack up.
Alright, copy that.
Just keep trying to drop temp if you can.
Let's get into the tyre cooling, please.
Copy.
This is where it's going to be tricky. Trying to keep Max back. So far, so good. Just needs to survive the next couple of laps for Max to burn out what little battery he's got left. All right, hopefully we'll get some DRS here. No, we didn't. Shit. But the blue flags will hopefully not give Max the opportunity to make the move. Yeah. Covered off there. Charles is gone for a new stop. This might trigger everyone behind boxing as well then. Let's see how far behind we are. Gasly boxes. And I'm using up more battery than I'm saving at the moment. Right, we're 18 seconds behind Charles Leclerc, so if Piastri, Sainz or Norris boxes, they'll still come out way ahead of us. But with every lap that goes by, that gap does come down.
Charge that pack.
This is going to be a fight for the next 19 laps. Keep Max behind us. And he's through. See what Max has to say for himself.
Not too bad, huh?
At least it wasn't simply lovely. Max is trying to break away. Oh, bugger, we're going to get held up here behind Albon. But we'll get some battery out of him. Turn off the battle assist again. And already we're 2.5 seconds behind. Whoa. Holy shit. We're 20 seconds behind Leclerc. We were only 12 seconds behind him a moment ago. Weren't we? Or was he 12 seconds behind? No, I think we were 18 seconds behind him and he was 12 seconds behind Norris. For a minute there. Thought we were like, where have we just lost 8 seconds in a lap? So 1:15.1. I'm hopeful we'll keep the fastest lap, because that could be crucial.
You're currently P5. So Leclerc car ahead. Verstappen behind. 2.5 behind to Verstappen.
And he is closing fast. There he is.
Currently still on plan.
Yeah, copy.
Just up the lifting coast a little more.
Yep. Overtake will be available.
Okay.
We're looking like confidence-wise. Not bad. Could have been better. Was better until we got overtaken. Bottas picks up a fault. Leclerc is tearing up the track in front of us.
So we need to make sure we stay ahead of him.
Raskas.
Folks.
Hey, don't give me ups. Don't you dare give me ups.
And if you could just give us tyre feedback.
Tyres feel okay.
So we need to introduce more lift and coast.
Roger.
And if you could just cool the tyres.
See if we can maybe burn out Max's tyres a little bit faster than ours do. Ah, damn it, there goes the fastest lap. I'm surprised Leclerc took that long to get it, to be honest. See if I can get it back.
So it's hammer time. Okay. Just remember, overtake is available. Understood.
Yeah, Leclerc's back on Norris already, look, that's crazy.
Tyres in a good window.
Copy.
Max seems to have stopped pushing his tyres.
DRS.
Yeah, understood.
113.1, we just missed it.
Let's just work on getting that pack back up.
Yep.
Oh, no!
We'll have overtake available.
George is out.
I'll get back to you.
But apparently, the objective is only with Lewis.
Box, 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 box.
Everyone's going to box for softs.
Make sure you get that pack up.
Understood.
Just try and keep these as cool as possible.
Have I started a new save or an old one? No, this is the Monaco race moment. So Sainz has stayed out, which means he is hoping he can hold back Leclerc. The McLarens have stopped. They're out of the pits before we even get to the pits.
Yeah,
Max gets the penalty for that. Not a quick stop, but we are still a mile ahead of Tsunoda, who's only just going through the hairpin. And is now stuck in the safety car train as well.
What's that? A pit stop issue.
So I thought the objective was to score more team points, but it's just to score more points with Lewis, by the look of it. Which we've done, with him being in 5th place. And I've now, with the soft tyres, got a chance of getting the fastest lap as well. Hell, I might even have a chance of getting an extra place or two.
Currently P5. Norris ahead.
Given that I'm on softs and not mediums or hards, very old hards. Neither Ferrari stopped. I'm surprised that Sainz didn't stop at the very least. No, it was to score more points with the team. I'm no longer on the objective. Tsunoda just got past George, which means we're now under the team points. So it is. I don't think we'll do it then, unless... How did the race finish in reality? It was George in P5, Hamilton P7. That's what, 16 points? Plus maybe one for the fastest lap. I don't remember who got the fastest lap. So if we say 17 points, I need to score 7 more points. So I basically need to finish in second.
Currently P5.
It's not impossible.
Car ahead.
It's going to be damn hard to do, though. Because the pace of the Mercedes is just nowhere near the pace of the Ferraris or the McLarens.
Try and keep this set alive.
Trying not to pick up too much spare fuel. I'm going to pick up a load anyway, but that's why the engine's in the highest push level at the moment.
Just maximise that car cooling.
Still going to let the lapped cars go through. So the less time that remains, Tsunoda has got himself so far down. Look, yeah, the less time that remains in terms of racing laps, the better for us, because our soft tyres will fall apart pretty quickly. Might be able to go all out and get to the flag. Should be able to go all out and get to the flag. Just a question of what position I'll finish in.
Let's go for it. Tyre temps are looking good.
Yep.
I am half tempted to box for another sort of soft right now. So, because Tsunoda is pretty much a lap down on me at the moment. We'll see. See when the notification comes through about letting lapped cars go through. Just to get that extra little bit of rubber. All of those cars behind me will need to unlap themselves. Have another set of 93s.
So lap cars now may overtake. So box, 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 box.
This gets all those cars behind me through past me without me dropping too far back, and then hopefully I can just steal a march on closing back up again. Safety car will be in at the end of this lap.
So currently P5. So you know the car behind. 9 laps remaining.
Still fighting their way through, look. There we go. And there's the safety car train. That's worked out very nicely.
Understood.
Safety car in. Okay.
8 laps is all we're going to have.
Close that gap slowly. So lights out on safety car. So call the car.
And we're going to catch some of that traffic really fucking quickly because it only just got through. Tyres are not up to temperature yet. They will come in towards the end of this lap.
Just keep it up.
Now they're up to 10.
Tyre temps have stabilised. Let's focus on charging that pack up.
Yep.
Overtake is available. DRS has been enabled. So just charge that pack. Gap at 0.9. Yeah, don't sweat it, Lewis, don't sweat it.
No way through at the moment.
So drop the rears if you can. So let's get after it. Use the overtake.
Norris just got back into DRS range.
Six laps remaining.
Just charge the pack. Let's just work on getting that pack back up.
Should hopefully be able to get fourth place, because I think Sainz will just get clobbered here.
So anything could happen, Lewis. Let's just keep our heads down. Happy with your surface to manager at the moment. Overtake is available.
But beyond that, I don't think I'm going to get anywhere near high enough.
In 5 laps. We've got Norris at 1.2 ahead. There's still a long way to go, mate.
Fastest lap won't be enough, even if I get third place.
Make sure you get that pack up. So we are low on battery at the moment. Let's just cook the tyres.
There is Norris taking the fastest lap.
So 4 laps remaining.
I won 12.7. I've just got to go for it and just hope.
Just keep the pressure on, Lewis. You can do this.
Catching back up to Joe. It's not going to happen. Fourth place is a big improvement for Lewis, but with Russell out, we're only getting 12 points. We need another 5.
Three laps remaining.
And no one else is pushing their tyres anywhere near as hard as I am. This car just does not have enough pace to run with the Mercedes or the Ferrari. With the McLarens or the Ferrari. It is unfortunately a sad indictment of where Mercedes' pace was at this point in the year. Good, but not great.
You've got Piastri, who's car ahead now.
Might have caught a break here with them struggling to get past Joe. Will I get back in the DRS? Not quite. But they're side by side. I might get a slipstream. Right, now I'm back in the DRS.
2 laps remaining.
don't think I can stay there, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, street car ahead now. Gap 1.3 ahead. Keep plugging away.
Yeah, I'm just not quick enough. Look, I'm on full push without using the battery, and I'm losing half a second a lap. Norris getting in front was probably the worst thing that could happen. He is quicker than Oscar, and Oscar will stay behind him.
If you can update your tyre switch.
Still got a little bit left.
And it'll be one more.
Sainz down in 5th place, 7 seconds behind now. I've got traffic in front. Traffic that's fighting. Get out of the way. Yeah, that's it. It's over.
An overtake will be available. Just keep trying to drop temp if you can. Just close up.
Ah, that's a tough one. Fourth place.
Now we have a checkered flag now. So that's P4.
Great.
Well, that's another race wrap.
Yeah, Lewis gained an extra 5 points, but we lost the 10 points there that George had. So we needed 5 more points. Yeah. So I needed 2nd place with only 1 car in. Ah, that's a shame. I'll have another crack at that at some point. There we go. A nice little downbeat way to finish tonight's stream after, just stomping over everybody in the Ferraris earlier on. That is it for tonight. That's it for this week. I will stream on Monday because it's a sprint weekend. So we'll continue with with our Ferrari career on Monday when we go to Austria, and then we'll play it by ear after Monday. So hope you have a good weekend. Enjoy the Italian Grand Prix, and I will see you all with some more F1 Manager very soon.